In our community chair, it is said that a suspicious and thievish dog will run when you just kneel to pick a leaf from the floor. You can see the foxes scampering for safety before I even mention their names.
Kisumu has official residences for both the governor and the deputy governor and a few other counties. So what I am asking, because I know the governor may say that we've not built. Yes, we do not need to build, but we can rent out an official residence for the office of the deputy governor, and it is facilitated.
It breaks my heart that over and over I saw your team and our team working together to get elected. Immediately after we got elected, you've been shafted, some of us have been shafted, and we are saying something has to be done because devolution was never meant to be adversarial. It was supposed to be complementary.
As soon as I had been sworn in, that same day, I came to Nairobi to participate in the presidential election petition. And I left him running the county for 2-3 months. And when I went back, I think he was expecting a reversal of role that I would be the deputy. In fact, he said, Orengo, you have got a very big name. You help Raila Ukoju.
Now that after his salvation at the Senate, he can no longer land. It's too hot and the smoke is too much for him to breathe in Siaya County.
In fact, he says, he doesn't even say the Senate saved him. As I've quoted, he said, Kenya Kwanza saved me.
That, oh, no, this thing, we must rein in there. But I don't think, Mr. Chairman, and this is not an issue we can tackle like that. And if you think that is the way you can go, right. And let's see how you succeed.
There are some who have raised issues about whether the deputy governor should have his own budget. Our argument is yes.
And if you look at the constitution, a deputy governor is never elected. It talks about the election of the governor.
A letter that he wrote on 6th May that saying that intervention of the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on reversal by the governor for Siaya County, His Excellency Senior Counsel James Orengo, PGH, to accept me back to Siaya County despite Senate dismissal of my impeachment. So from there now I want you to read on your own. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Chair and Committee again. As instructed and guided by the Chair, I'm going to read the letter that I'd written to the Speaker, the Honorable Amason Jeffa King, on the 6th of May. And the Chair already talked about the subject of my letter to the Speaker. I, Honorable CPA Dr. William Odwal, the undersigned, states as follows. I'm the Deputy Governor of Siaya County government, having been duly elected to the said position under the provisions of Article 180 of the Constitution in the national gubernatorial elections held on 9th August 2022. I was elected to deputize Honorable James Orengo, hereafter referred to as the Governor, who is currently the sitting Governor of Siaya County government. And B, draw the attention of the Honorable Speaker to the following. Number 2, and that's a background, 2.1, the Senate of the Republic of Kenya at a special sitting held on the 26th June 2023 dismissed the Siaya Deputy Governor's impeachment motion brought before it by the County Assembly of Siaya and made the following recommendations. Recommendation number 1 was that the Deputy Governor to go back and execute on his constitutional mandate, and I quote you, Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33, Subsection 8 of the County Government Act, and Standing Order 87 of the Senate Standing Orders, the Senate has failed to remove from office by impeachment William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and that the Deputy Governor continues to hold office. Recommendation number 2 was that the governor and his deputy must continue working together to deliver much needed services to the people. Recommendation number 3 was that there is need to develop a legal framework on the role, mandate, staffing and resourcing of the Office of the Deputy Governor, including a budgetary allocation. And that the EACC was to investigate the procurement of the Deputy Governor's chair of 1.2 million and appropriate action be taken against any person found culpable. And the last recommendation from the Senate session was that the Office of the Auditor General to undertake a special audit of the Siaya County procurement processes to establish whether there was value for money and report the Senate within 90 days of tabling the Senate report on impeachment. That on my return to Siaya County Chair and Committee, following the unsuccessful impeachment, the governor, using his security and goons, physically ejected me from my office and locked all the doors, including the main entrance to my office. I reported this incident to the CCIO, Siaya, under OB number, which OB number is theirs, number 55/13/07/2023, investigating officer Inspector Korese of telephone number 0728137110 on the 13th of July. This case is still ongoing. That the governor, after unsuccessful impeachment, completely blocked me from any county activities, does not delegate to me any duties, has instructed executive members not to deal with me, has completely refused to invite me to cabinet meetings, as was the practice before, continues to withhold all my allowances and benefits, including fueling of my official vehicle, without explanation. Equally, my office is not facilitated and no petty cash reimbursement effected over the last 1 year, so the office is basically incapacitated. That the governor, through public pronouncements, impunity and bravado, has appointed the MCA for Siaya Town Ward, the Honorable Obiero Tare, as his acting deputy governor, while there is a substantive deputy governor, contrary to the Constitution and all other relevant laws and statutes. That the SRC circular of June 2022 on remuneration and benefits of state officers directed the governors and deputy governors be provided with official residences, whether owned or rented. This has not happened in Siaya County, therefore impeding effective service delivery to the residents. So to the specific issues that I raised with the Speaker and I raised through this committee, exclusion from the Siaya County Executive Committee meetings, that having been duly elected Governor of Siaya County Government, I am entitled to attend all the County Executive Committee meetings by dint of Article 179 of the Constitution. That sometime in April 2023, after my relationship with the governor deteriorated, I was completely excluded from the County Executive Committee meeting. That I have not attended any of the County Executive Committee meetings since April 2023. The County Secretary who convened said meetings has never invited me to those meetings, as was the practice before. That on one occasion I attempted to attend the County Executive Committee meeting held on 27th April 23, but I was blocked from attending the said meeting by the governor's security officers and goons. That via a letter dated 28th April, I complained to the governor of my exclusion from the County Executive Committee meetings, but to date and even after the impeachment was dismissed, no action has been taken by the governor to ensure my attendance to the said meetings. And Chair and the committee, I will be presenting evidence of all the correspondences that I have been making complaints, letters duly received by the various offices, whether it's the governor's office, the county secretary's office, copied to the county assembly. That my exclusion from the County Executive Committee meetings of the Siaya County government is a deliberate, unlawful and blatant violation of Article 179 of the Constitution, which provides for the constitution of the County Executive Committee to include the county governor, the deputy governor, and the County Executive Committee members duly appointed by the county governor with the approval of the county assembly. That this position has obtained even after the dismissal of my impeachment, and the governor continues to be in contempt of the Senate decision and recommendations of the 26th of June 2023. The second issue that I raised with the Speaker and subsequently this committee is a withdrawal of utility car and county security officers. That on the 21st March 2023, the county government of Siaya withdrew my utility car and redeployed the county security officers attached to me without any reasons, explanations, or reference to me. That void letter dated 28th April 2023, I complained of the withdrawal of my utility car and the redeployment of the county security officers and the county secretary, but no action was ever taken to reinstate the said car and the county security officers. That the withdrawal of my utility car and redeployment of the county security officers attached to me without replacement and without reasons is unlawful and a violation of my rights under Article 47 of the Constitution. The third one was refusing to provide fuel for my official car. That the county government of Siaya, further without an explanation, stopped providing fuel for my official car since April 2023. I therefore fuel my official car while inspecting projects or attending to official duties of the county government of Siaya. And I will also be presenting receipts of that I have been using to fuel the official car. I will be presenting a formal complaint letter that I had written to the county secretary, copied governor and the relevant arms of county government of Siaya. That via an internal memo dated 10th May 2023, I brought to the attention of the county secretary about the abrupt stop by the county government of Siaya to fuel my car, but to date the issue has not been addressed. That this deliberate failure by the county government of Siaya to provide fuel for my official motor vehicle is unlawful and contrary to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission recommendations on the remuneration of county government and benefits of state officers in the executive of the county government as per SRC circular. Chair and committee, again, I will be presenting for record to this committee the Kenya Gazette of July 2022, SRC Kenya Gazette that prescribes benefits attributable to the office of the deputy governor and those of that of the governor. Attempt to resolve the dispute. And I have made the following efforts to have the matters raised above addressed by the county secretary and the governor of the Siaya County government, but they have failed to offer any solutions or give satisfactory response. That via a letter dated 28th April 2023, I complained to the governor of my exclusion from the county executive committee meetings, but to date no action has been taken by the governor to ensure my attendance at the said meetings. That sometime in July and August last year, I reached out to Siaya County Luo Council of Elders through their chairman, Mr. Ayaga, expressing willingness to be reconciled with the governor, especially after the Senate recommendations, but this did not bear fruits as the governor was not willing. I've also reached out to some clergy and church leaders, especially Reverend Wachianga in Siaya, without much success. I even went further and made an impassioned appeal in all media outlets, but all this turned on deaf ears. That via a letter dated 28th April 2023, I complained of the withdrawal of my utility car and the redeployment of the county secretary officers to the county secretary, but no action was ever taken to reinstate the utility car. That via an internal memo dated 10th May 2023, I brought to the attention of the county secretary about the abrupt stop by the county government of Siaya to fuel my official car, but to date the issue has not also been addressed. That I have made the best efforts to have these matters addressed by the relevant authorities, all of which have failed to give us a satisfactory response. That I confirm that the issues I have raised above are not pending before any court or constitutional office, whereof I humbly pray to you, Mr. Speaker, and the Senate, and as a consequence, this committee, the Senate directs the county government of Siaya to include and involve the deputy governor in all its county executive committee meetings as recommended after the impeachment dismissal. That the Senate directs the county government of Siaya to reinstate my utility car and county security officers attached to me to guarantee security. That the Senate directs the county government of Siaya to provide fuel for the deputy governor's official motor vehicle and to reimburse his monies expended in fueling of his official motor vehicle while performing official duties. That the Senate directs that the county government facilitates the office of the deputy governor reimburses its staff allowances and office petty cash. That the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations conducts a visit to Siaya County for a fact-finding mission on the above-raised issues that have affected the smooth running of Siaya County affairs, which have worsened intergovernmental relations at the county level, and make appropriate recommendations. That the Senate directs that the county government provides the deputy governor with an official residence as per SRC circular of June 2022 on remuneration of state officers. It is immaterial, and this is important, it is immaterial that the county may not have constructed both the governor and the deputy governor's residence. SRC foresaw that and prescribed that the county should rent an official residence for both under those circumstances. The official residence is not a favor or a courtesy extended to the deputy governor, but a tool to enable him to discharge his responsibilities efficiently and effectively. That the Senate compels EACC to provide a status update on the procurement of the deputy governor's chair of Kenya shillings 1.2 million and whether appropriate actions have been taken against any person or persons found culpable. And that the Office of the Auditor General to provide a status report on the special audit of the Siaya County procurement process to establish whether there was value for money as recommended by the Senate. And that the governor of the Siaya County be personally surcharged for snubbing Senate recommendations and for contempt of the proceedings and decisions therefrom. And lastly, my prayer was that the Senate, working with other arms of government, prioritizes and accelerates the anchoring of the duties, roles, and responsibilities of the deputy governors. This clear delineation of roles and duties should also be accompanied with a deliberate budgetary allocation to enable the office function without political interference from the office of the governor or other quarters. Honorable Speaker, in the spirit of reconciliation, promotion of good governance, and ensuring the realization of the objects of the devolution, I write to you to invite the Senate Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations and the Senate at large to intervene on this matter and ensure that the interests of the county of Siaya, its citizens, and government is protected. Sincerely signed by myself and copied the clerk of the Senate and the chairperson on the Senate Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations.
Thank you so much, Deputy Governor. I think I've heard your concerns and we've heard your villages, your humble prayer. I think what I'll do is actually ask the other members of the Senate maybe to give comments before I give my comment. Yeah, Mheshimiwa, maybe you can ask for clarification.
Thank you, Chair. Through you, good morning, DG.
Good morning.
At a personal level, this is a very sad scenario for me. I will not discuss the merits or demerits of it because the committee chair has already made a ruling on what we'll do.
Yeah.
The general feel. But it is sad. It is very sad. This committee has had an opportunity to engage other county governments, executive county governments, where the deputies were having issues. As you know, in Kisii, we were unable to intervene on time.
Yeah.
How I wish we had never allowed it to go that way.
Yeah.
This committee has been engaged in Trans Nzoia County, and I believe that Governor Natembeya has been really magnanimous. He has carried himself with the dignity we expected. So for me, being an ODM senator and coming from the larger Nyanza area is actually a heartbreak because this was never what devolution was meant to be. I believe this committee will be seized of the issues, and I believe that we'll come up with a concrete way forward. The last point I wanted to raise is that you can be rest assured that this committee, the budget committee, the CIPA committee, we are deliberately discussing and JLAC on how we must come up with a strategy on how to ring-fence the position of the deputy governor There are some who have raised issues about whether the deputy governor should have his own budget. Our argument is yes, and responsibilities that befit the office, because after all, these are public offices. Then it's not your personal thing. It's not our personal thing. Finally, I want to say that it breaks my heart that over and over I saw your team and our team working together to get elected. Immediately after we got elected, you've been shafted, some of us have been shafted, and we are saying something has to be done, because devolution was never meant to be adversarial. It was supposed to be complementary, and we'll wait and hear what the governor says, and then we'll conclusively give our remarks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Njoka. I want to ask Senator Nzena, for record purpose, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chair. Sorry, Your Excellency, and all protocol observed. Good morning. Is it morning? It's good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Senator Izena Lemalitian from Samburu County and the Youth Senator, and I'm a member of this committee. And I'm happy to be here today to get your side of things. We worked very closely during the time of campaign, and I echo my colleague Senator Onyong in reiterating that this is quite a very heartbreaking situation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, before the other members speak, talk, Deputy Governor, please, I want all the documents that you have to table. This has to be attachment that belongs to the Senate. That will be proper to the Senate.
So, Chair.
Yeah, all documents that you have.
Yeah, shall I mention them, what I'm tabling?
Yeah, for record purposes, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a couple of evidence supporting my claims.
Yeah.
The number one is there are a couple of invitations that I have been invited to, official, that the county of government of Siaya have since refused to facilitate me to attend. This was the forum for the devolution conference, which I think is at the heart of this particular committee. The one that was held in Eldoret, I was not facilitated. I actually had to go, but still I used my own money. I also have one on the Sugar Authority that was taking place in Western. Again, I was not facilitated. I have claims for fuel reimbursements, because they're going to ask, perhaps, have I ever asked for reimbursement and what happened? I have claims that I made in the month of August last year for about, this is just one of them, and there are many. I just brought one, which is about 357,000 Kenya shillings, because I also repair. I'm the one who repairs the official car. I am the one who services it. So I have claims with requisitions sent to the office of the Department of Governance, and I was turned down. I have a letter that I wrote asking about fuel, because they are going to say I never asked and I never complained, that I'm submitting for your perusal. I have just about to finish. There's one also for an invitation for Kisa Games in Kilifi County. Again, the county turned that down for me. The last one, minutes of cabinet meetings, where I complained about me blocked from attending the cabinet. I have a letter, a complaint letter. And by the way, in all these letters, I would make sure that governor has visibility, and the county assembly, including the chair of governance and committee at the county assembly, the committee in charge of oversight. I would copy them, but of course nothing. Yeah, they are all received. They are stamped received. I have requisitions for allowances for me and my staff here that have never been paid. 134,000, 400,000. I have, for want of time, and I made a couple of copies. I think I have about 5 copies. So that should be able to. So in all the cases, Chair, that I've raised with the committee here, I have attempted as much as possible to provide you all the evidence. So I ask that you submit them for record purposes.
Chair.
There are a couple of copies.
Yeah. Sure.
Can I speak?
Sorry?
Can I speak?
Yeah, you may.
All right. Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to ask the Deputy Governor because he has taken us through his submissions. And in the tone of the submissions is that in various instances, I complained. I don't know whether to you, does that sound reconciliatory? Does it, because, and two, you have also said that the Senate to, direct and to force the CIA governor to implement the rulings of the Senate. The Senate may have ruled the way it ruled in the impeachment case. But do you, in all honesty, believe that, two individuals can be forced to work together if they are not willing to work together? And finally, Chair, I just want to ask the Deputy Governor, and maybe all of us here in this hall, will we ever experience a situation in this country that a Kenyan can graciously decide this situation is not working and decides to step aside, all factors notwithstanding? You say for the sake of the CIA people, for the sake of service delivery, and in your own conscience, can any one of us decide to take a walk and just give room to people to take over the service if they can't work with you? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Just maybe 2 clarifications from the Deputy.
Before you proceed, we also have time, in interest of time. I want you guys to be a bit be brief.
Okay. So thank you, Chair. Just Deputy Governor. Section 32 of the County Government Act clearly stipulates that the work of the Deputy Governor is to be the principal assistant to the Governor. On the issue of you not getting fuel, you've indicated that you fuel your car while doing some official duties like inspecting projects and attending official duties. I would want to know, these projects you've been inspecting and these official duties, were they assigned to you by the governor or you just decided to attend? And I would also want you to maybe tell this committee that you've clearly been going to your offices, that you've been working, irrespective of the situation as it may. I also appreciate that you tried to reach out to various people to try and resolve this problem. And I note that the Senator of Siaya, the Honorable Odinga, is a member of this committee, and I've not heard anywhere that you tried to reach to him as an elder of the county to try maybe to see whether he can intervene and maybe the situation can work better. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Buru.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I want to welcome William Oduol and his team to this committee. All of them are well known to me. So, Mr. Chairman, I don't want to be prejudicial, because I'm from Siaya.
Sure.
So, Mr. Chairman, I want the committee to make their decision without my possible prejudices as a member of the Siaya community. But this letter, Mr. Chairman, to me appears to be non-reconciliatory. I want the view to order the governor to do this, order the governor to do this. But I know if maybe we had law which gave the deputy governors specific roles which they can do, and even specific budgets which we are trying to do. But for now, he is the principal assistant of the governor. He is supposed to deputize the governor. And the best we can do is to bring reconciliation between them, and not to say we are forcing the governor, that the governor must agree to work with you because the law says so. The law might say so, but this is a political process. You know, we elected you as our deputy governor. We campaigned together. You campaigned for me as much as I campaigned for you. And we worked as ODM. Since then, of course, you left ODM and you have said you are coordinating the activities of Kenya Kwanza in Siaya. And this one you have said publicly, and that you are leading the opposition. I don't know how
Senator, is that official?
Well, it is official. He said it publicly. Okay. If it is, he says publicly. So it is not something which is not. It's a secret. So, Mr. Chairman, I don't know how that chemistry will work, but we have to try very hard to bring that mixture together so that they can reconcile. But I think the deputy governor, you need to tone down so that you give us room for reconciliation. If you are saying that, because all the letters that you have given to us here that you attempted, these were before the impeachment process. I have not seen, maybe only one, which was in July, when you attempted to attend the meeting. But most of the letters that you wrote to them were before. All of them were in April and May. And I have not seen any attempt that you have made. But anyway, Mr. Chairman, I don't want to give up. We should try to bring even the most difficult situation, try to find a solution. Personally, Odul is my friend, and we have been together long, and he has not talked to me. I just hear him in the press, very loud in the press. So I don't know, Mr. Chairman, okay, how we are going to do it. But I expect you, Mr. Chairman, to try some way of bringing a reconciliation, not saying that we are going to find a way of dealing with the governor or dealing with the dual. His case had already been determined by the Senate. The Senate said he should go back to his office. He has gone back. He has an office there. He has a car. But the complaints here is not being fueled. Another one was withdrawn. So let's see how he can get those ones back.
Okay. Thank you, Senator Buru. Senator Kadari Muma.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. And I'd like to welcome the DG and to actually thank him for trying to make the effort for reconciliation. But as Senator Oburu says, we need to be clear on whether it is reconciliation or whether we just want it is part of the ping pong going on. Chair, it is sad that the issue of governors and DGs is a big problem in many counties, and to assure DG that as an overall, we are concerned as the Senate and the Senate Devolution Committee on how best we can improve working relationships between governors and DGs. Now, looking at your submission, there are a few things I want to ask. You've given us the black and white legal perception of, you've submitted the legal part of the story. What you have not submitted, DG, is the political part of the story. Honorable Chair, soon after the impeachment process, there was immediately a follow-up of some political process. And I come in, I must admit and declare the interest that I come from Nyanza, so I'm able to see the political process there. I remember, DG, and you will correct me if I am wrong, there were enough public meetings where you said you are now the official opposition to Siaya County, and you are going to be the ones to oversight. I remember that. And I also remember you moving and saying you will be the one to inspect national government processes, and there are clips to this extent. Now, of course, that was, in my view, the natural response that would be there given the serious adversarial process that has been between you and the governor. And what I want to ask myself, what I want to ask you to tell us, are you seriously seeking a...
Hello?
So that every day in the media we are not subjected to political exchanges.
Repeat the question again.
Hello?
Yeah, repeat the question.
The question is does DG want a reconciliation, or is this part of the political scoring that is happening between DG and governor? And I will ask the governor the same question. That does the governor, what can the governor do in order for us to reconcile these issues? You've made a number of requests. One of them is that we direct reimbursement of monies given to you while you are on official duty. At the same time, you're telling us you have not been allowed to work. So I would want DG for you to tell us what official duties have you been working on in respect of which you want us to direct reimbursement. Number two, I think I have not managed, and colleague secretariats, please check for us. Are you entitled to both housing allowance and a house? It is something we need to find out, and I think we will also ask the governor to see how best you get, if at all you are receiving house allowance or not, and if at all you are supposed to receive house allowance and at the same time be given a house. And of course, if that is what SRC has provided, we should be able to tell the governor to provide that. You also want petty cash to be reimbursed for staff allowances. Again, I hope you've given us the relevant documentation that relate to the staff being on duty and the necessary documents for that reimbursement. And then, Chair, there is a few things that DG has asked for in GHIJ. I agree with Senator Tobiko that when you say you want governor to be personally surcharged for not responding to letters you've sent to the county secretary, again, I don't know whether that is adversarial or whether that is conciliatory. It is something you might want to look at. And then there are things you've asked us to ask ESCC and Auditor General to release procurement issues. Just for us to note that Auditor General and ESCC are Article 59 commissions. They don't get directed by the Senate. It suffices that we actually wrote after the impeachment that we will get to try and get the detail. I don't think you can then tell us to direct them to actually move the whole thing. I hope you've given us your evidence on the appointment of an MCA as an acting DG. I have no clue. That is a completely alien process if it has happened, and I hope you have given the necessary evidence to show that Senator Orengo has, why am I calling him Senator? That Governor Orengo has indeed appointed an acting DG. But Chair, I hope we can then help get to resolve this issue. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have something?
Thank you, Chair. I want you, Chair, to apply the same dose of briefness as my Deputy Able Vice Chair has equally enjoyed herself in diaspora, giving us a lecture, Honorable Chair.
Order, Senator.
Honorable Chair, what is coming out here clearly is a scenario where deputy governors are supposed to be on their knees, begging for attention, begging for resources, begging for roles, and equally now they are being subjected to come to Senate on their knees to request that they be given their roles as enshrined in the Constitution. From what my good Deputy Governor has elaborated, it is in black and white that what he ought to get, he is not getting it. He has mentioned of attempts by goons and county security enforcement officers to stop him from accessing the offices and his duties. This is a grave attempt by the so purported proponents of devolution at that time when we were young people to stop a deputy governor from doing what he ought to do. People differ politically, it is fine. But when it comes to matters legislation and devolution and the interests of the people of Siaya, those things must be put aside and allow devolution to work. Honorable Chair, I'm afraid that this committee seems to expect our deputy governor to come here singing dirges, mourning here, and begging for forgiveness for sins he has not committed. He has a right to ask that the relevant government departments do their work. In fact, it is this House that must expedite and take cognizance of the issues he's raising, because our role is to safeguard the interest of counties. And if he is raising concerns of corruption, even nepotism, then it is us to pick it up. But we are not supposed to tell him, you are sounding not remorseful. Remorseful for what? Is it a sin for the deputy governor to come here and explain his case? We are seeing people in the US with the president of the US enjoying meals, dining and wining. Members of the opposition with the president of the day. What sin has he done to say that he associates himself with the government of the day?
Order, Chair.
And I want Chair to instruct the Vice Chairman to refrain from directing members on what to say and how to say it.
Order.
In fact, people must declare their interest in this committee.
Honorable colleague.
We will not accept this.
Please don't be specific.
Chair, you must not allow a member to accuse others.
Order, yes, I think it's out of order.
Yeah.
And request.
In our community, Chair, it is said that a suspicious and thievish dog will run when you just kneel to pick a leaf from the floor. You can see the foxes scampering for safety before I even mention their names. I want to request this committee.
Please.
Chair, please.
Order, Deputy Vice Chair. Honorable Colin, please. Please be very careful.
Let me be gentle now.
Leave out of politics now.
I've had members ask if someone can simply say, I throw in the towel and go home because things can't work. This is politics. People can't just throw in the towel for what they have invested in, resources, time, energy, simply because people don't want to follow the law. The same can be applied with the governor. He can also throw in the towel and allow the deputy governor to take charge. It is in the law. So I want this committee to rule and give direction fairly to both the deputy governor and the governor and ensure the great people of Siaya get a fair share of development, of leadership as enshrined in the constitution and expectations of Kenyans. Thank you.
Okay,
Chair.
Please. Let's be a bit specific.
Yeah.
Don't go into
Mine
politics.
is short.
Yes.
I never give lectures. Chair, I just needed to give Senator Wakoli a very good example. That one time, Odinga, I think the father of Oburu and the father of Raila.
You think or is?
I believe he is, yeah. He resigned as honorably as the vice of Kenyatta.
Yes.
You know, because he said he cannot occupy an office and a salary when he's not able to give Kenyan services, and one day Kenyans will ask why he was receiving a salary and not giving services, and he honorably and set precedents in this country. And I was just asking, not particularly to the deputy governor, that to all of us as Kenyans, is there a time we can take the moral high ground, you know, to just give Kenyans a better environment, for an enabling environment for services?
And Murumbi also did
all of us.
Chair.
Murumbi also did the same after.
Thank you. I would like to answer, Madam, my leader, Tobiko and Honorable Buru. Look at what happened to your father and your brother. They can't be president. You see, let's not use arguments which are defeatist. Madam Tobiko, this man has come to defend his right. I'm with him in ODM. We cannot justify, or we cannot stand here and start vilifying him for not being nice enough and towing the line and being nice. The truth is, the matter is political. We can intervene politically, but there must be give and take on both sides. And lastly, Chair, this man went and said he's an opposition member who went and said he's going to be supporting the national government. Every day I see Raila with Ruto in State House. What are they doing?
Okay, Honorable
Chair, sorry, just to interject.
Order,
I beg your audience, Chair.
Order, my friend.
Every day Raila doesn't go to
man.
State House.
Please.
Order, members.
Always.
Order, please. Let's not.
Does he reside in State House?
Honorable Onyoka, please. I think let's keep a political aside.
Just 1 minute.
Listen, we want justification. The DG is here, and as to say all what probably he had. We will also listen to the governor. Our suggestion will be to look for reconciliation in the interest of the people of Siaya.
Yes.
So let's not take sides and keep politics away. Thank you, Onyoka.
Thank you. Well, finally, Chair, I think the nature of devolution, when you see enforcement officers behave in a certain manner, the ministry, the CC Finance, and all that, you know, tightening the channels of resources to the deputy governor, there must be a source of instruction. And if by law, these are opportunities and logistics that a deputy governor must get, and is not getting, not by default, by design, we must call them to order. We are not in a society where we serve because of somebody's benevolence.
Chairman, you are still encouraging lecture. Honorable Fodi, please.
Chair, I think I have already...
We have not reached conclusion. The committee will decide.
We have
and
not,
all this will be allowed.
I'm just raising the concern.
Yes, you raise this concern.
And I feel the boil is about to burst. Let us allow it to continue, Honorable Chair.
Okay. Members, please. I think you have still a long way, and time is not on our side. Anything to do, any recommendations, we'll do ourselves. When we're alone, then we can say anything. Now that, let us not be trigger happy or water camera happy. We will be able to manage these things. Honorable Governor, Deputy Governor, you have one or two things to say in response to what you have been asked.
Yes.
And please be very brief.
Okay.
Don't also blaze the gallery of the camera, sir.
All right. Thank you, Chair, and thank you, committee. I've listened very keenly to the feedback and some of the recommendations. So I would like to mention from the outset that yes, I am seeking the intervention of this committee to see if there is a way in which we can provide service for the people of Siaya County. Because today, opinion is divided, but I did bring in votes, just like Governor also brought in votes. Siaya County today is divided in the middle. There are those who support me, there are those who support the Governor. The overall objective, the primary driving force is service delivery to the people of Siaya County. And this is what is driving me towards ensuring that there is reconciliation between the Governor and the Deputy Governor. Senator Perez talked about me resigning. Resigning is not going to be an option at this point. And I am going to be the Deputy Governor for Siaya County until 2027. And the reason I say this, and I say this with humility, it is important that we inculcate good manners and hygiene in our politics. Oftentimes you see governors and deputy governors during elections, bosom friends, very close. And after elections, the governors do not want to even get closer to their deputies. Morality can never be legislated, or good manners can never be legislated. It is important that those of us that believe in good governance tough it in so that we do not perpetuate bad manners from would-be other governors. So I am not going to resign. I am in for the long haul. Senator George talked of me being a principal assistant to the governor, and that's true. I am the principal assistant to the governor, and you also principal assistant to the governor, yes. And then you also asked whether I've been going to the office. Yes, initially when I came from the Senate, I used to go to the office a couple of times, but now I have been making technical appearances because the governor has decided not to delegate any duties to me. And the other public pronouncement that I made, which I agree, I think it's either Senator Perez or Catherine Moma that talked about it, that I said, if the governor, because the media asked me, so if governor is not assigning responsibilities to you, what are you going to do? I said that, yes, I will still hold the county accountable. I will ensure, because we had a manifesto that we sold to the people. I said I will still go and inspect those projects that are taking place across Siaya County. And once in a while, my resources allowing, I would use my resources, the fuel, to go and inspect those those projects, just to ensure that service is still delivered. Senator Oburu, as to whether, or he talked about me being ODM Kenya Kwanza, I think that's really neither here nor there, because we have seen political formations and shifts. Of course, our party leader, Raila Odinga, is continually with President Ruto. And he also said that he only hears me about me making noise in the press, that I have not talked to him. Senator Oburu, Chair, if you allow me, is known to be fairly truthful, usually. But on this one, he has not been truthful. Because when this thing started, he is the one that I went to, and he met me at United Kenya Club, together with my friend here.
The one who invited, who called?
Yeah, yes, Senator.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so, and then after the Senate dismissals, he went ahead and made pronouncements that was anti-reconciliations, pronouncements that were anti me going back to Siaya. So I formed then the opinion that he would not be an objective arbiter in this particular instance. So that's why I did not reach out to him, but I would still welcome his counsel and intervention. And Senator Oburu, you'll also agree with me that yes, I used to make noise before the Senate made its pronounce itself on this matter. From July last year, since the Senate made a decision, I want to challenge anybody to tell me if I have been to any press, if I have said anything. I already pronounced myself. I already talked about the issues that I thought were fundamental. And since that time, Chair, I have been very quiet, observing from the background and trying to give reconciliation an opportunity. Senator Catherine Muma talked about the house allowance and official residence. Now, there's a difference. The office of the governor and the office of the deputy governor are entitled to official residences, separate and distinct from the house allowance. The official residences are supposed to be in counties either built or rented out. Kisumu has official residences for both the governor and the deputy governor and a few other counties. So what I am asking, because I know the governor may say that we've not built. Yes, we do not need to build, but we can rent out an official residence for the office of the deputy governor, and it is facilitated by the county government. The other, I think Senator Onyonka basically just agreed with me, and also just talked about, Senator Onyonka and Senator Wafula talked about the aspect of the committee and the need for it to protect devolution. The office, in my final submission, Chair, and the committee, the office of the deputy governor is a very endangered, thankless office. It behoves this committee, and I'm glad that various committees are working on the office of the deputy governor. It is really not so much the roles and the responsibilities. That office needs to have budgetary allocation. If it has its own budget, whether it is 10% of the governor's 100% budget, whatever it is, there we will not have these rankles that we have. The deputy governor would come to the office and go and, carry out their activities. If I had a budget in my office would be fueling my car. I would be able to attend official functions, those invites that governors use as carrots to dangle. So I would like to ask this committee, together with the other committees, to look at the office of the deputy governor with a view to anchoring it, if not on the constitution, but on the county government act. Devolution, again, needs to work, and we are relying on this committee to make it work. Thank you.
question also. Okay, I think, sorry. Deputy Governor, I think we have heard your, all that you have said, and I think you have all the right to present your problems. Thank you for presentation, but I have...
Chair, sorry, there's something else I forgot, Chair, with your permission.
Yeah.
Senator Oburu mentioned that the letters that I've submitted are all the Senate position. I also didn't hear.
Come again?
So the Senator Oburu mentioned that the evidence that I have presented, there are letters that I wrote before the dismissal of my impeachment, but there are other letters that I've also attached, Senator, after my... Especially when I went back to the office, when I went back to the office, and they blocked my office. When I attempted to attend the cabinet meeting after my dismissal and was blocked. I even have OBs. When I went back to the office and they blocked my office, they actually put padlocks and we had to break in, and there are OBs there, which were subsequent after the Senate had already dismissed my impeachment.
Okay. Okay, I think we have heard you. I have one or two questions for you. You said that you normally go to the field to inspect projects.
Yes.
And then you submit a report to who? After whatever you find, whether it's positive or negative. You don't have to write that report.
No.
Why did you submit that report?
You see, because we, if we were working, if I was working closely with the governor, I would, because the way we were working before is we would not have formal reports. We would just have briefing sessions on a periodic basis. So if governor had granted the opportunity, I would then be briefing him on matters arising, which he has not afforded me the opportunity.
So when you go to the field,
yes,
to see projects, ongoing projects, or whatever is happening there,
yes,
how do you get a feedback? So where do you give feedback? You give to the press, you give to the public?
I get to the public. I speak with the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, your reports, I mean your requests and your prayers.
Yes, sir.
Partly, you are looking for a way to at least reconcile with the governor. Partly.
Yes.
Partly, you are accusing the governor. IG, IE, and what do you call it? A humble prayer. Yeah, your prayer. If you look at F, that you are directing, Senate directs that the county government provides the deputy governor with official reason. That's okay. That's in order.
Yes.
G, that the Senate compels EAC to provide a status update of the procurement of the deputy governors. That's okay. The 1.2 million.
Yeah.
To compel, we know. Okay. That the Office of the Auditor General to provide a status report. Is that okay?
Yes.
That the governor of Sierra County be personally surcharged for snapping Senate recommendations and for content of the proceedings and decisions therefrom. And that the Senate, working with the arms of the government, prioritize the acceleration of anchoring of the duties. So that one is okay. Okay?
Yes.
Now, if you want us to compel the anti-corruption and the governor, are you prepared now to reconcile? But if you want this committee to intervene and reconcile with the governor, are you willing to reconcile? Beside all other issues that you have said?
So, Chair, the one on ESCC, you see, for me, my integrity is extremely important to me. There was an accusation about 1.2 million, Chair.
Yes.
That was said that I procured, and this it is important that.
I'm asking you a very simple question.
Yes, sir.
That having said all this,
yes,
that's your right to say that. Eh?
Yes.
But now, if this committee wants to make an intervention,
yes,
for reconciliation,
yes,
between you and the governor,
yes,
are you ready? Are you ready to reconcile?
Yes, yes, Chair. That's why I'm here, and I'm expecting this committee to exercise discretion. I have my perceptions. My perceptions should not inform your reality.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Chair, I appreciate the straight questions you've asked my good Deputy Governor on his intention to mediation with an onslaught of accusations against the governor. In natural diplomacy, you'll never have a consensus without accusations. One must table his or her accusations bare so that the mediating team can be able to navigate based on the information on table. So we need to look at the deputy governor coming with both hands up like one supplicating than those who come with hidden cards under the table. So I want to congratulate him for putting bare what he has to put bare. And therefore, through your guidance, Chairman, be able now to invite the good governor to now find himself and navigate on what our deputy governor has tabled before the Senate.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think as we end, I want to, is there anybody who has a burning question or make a suggestion? The governor is almost there now. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we have heard what people are saying, but this matter has two aspects. There is the legal aspect, which he has put clearly, and the practical aspect of what happened to the land, and there is also the political aspect. Of course,